Okay? Islam is a very...
Her Bible says she has to wear a scarf.
Okay, whatever.
Why you're not wearing a scarf?
Show me.
Paul said if you're not wearing a scarf, your head should be cut off. Your hair should be cut off.
I'll show you. Okay, pull it up. Wallahi, she's going to show me. Allah.
Why you didn't shave your mustache today?
The Bible says if you not cover your hair should be cut off.
What's the religion?
It's a calendar. In Quran. Show me a calendar. In Quran. Okay. My dear, use your brain. Okay, show me. Use your brain, not your mouth. Show me. Are you Christian?
Where is she showing you?
Okay, so where's your headband? Where's your headband?
Where's your scarf? The Bible says you cannot wear like this. You cannot stay like this.
We go back. Listen, you know the Bible? Do you know the Bible? Yes, I do. I studied the Bible. So where it says?
Hey, just put a mic on anyone else.
Why?
In Quran. Okay. In Quran 61:4, it says Allah love those who engage in the war. Quran 9:5, it says kill the policies, lay them captive. Quran 8:39 says engage them in the war.
Which Quran is that?
Quran 47. You have so many Qurans. Quran 47.
Wait.
When you see the infidels, Quran 5:7. Okay. Those who believe in the Son of Mary, you kill them. Wow. Quran 5:7:3. Surely. This is
573. Wait. She's waffling. She said Quran 753. Wait. Can you give me a chance? Can you show me? Okay, do you want to listen? Now you lied. You waffled about Islam now. Can you listen? Do you want to listen? Okay, now I will teach you. Now I will teach you. Come. You waffled. You just lied. No, you just lied about the verses. She lied about the verses. No. She lied about the verses. She lied about the verses. Look. She lied about the verses. She said the Bible is...
My dear, I got it from Quran.
No.
I got it from
Okay,
Quran.
let's go one by one. I will teach you one by one. Okay, let's go. What verse do you want?
You lie.
You want to discuss?
Islam dies.
Shall I show you how to misbehave? Shall I misbehave the way you misbehave?
I was debating with those.
Okay, now you just lied about the Quran. She just uses the verses and references without statement, without false statement, with false statement.
Without lies.
Okay, do you want to discuss?
What?
Okay, Christians here. Why? Come here.
Sorry.
This guy last time said Jesus came to free us from Old Testament law. Yes. At the same time, Christians, when we refute them, they say, wait. When we refute them,
Allah says, kill the
I'm here. Wait. Wait.
You made the infidels kill them, so it's not a peace.
Exodus. Now I have to react the way you react. You're acting. Okay. So you scared of your verses?
No. You call
So you
them.
lie. You don't know the verses. Show me from the Quran. Show me from the Quran. Why papers? It's not Quran. Show me the Quran. You just waffle. Mister, stop pushing me. Move your hand. I'm not touching her. I can't touch her. I'm not touching her. So listen, I'm not touching her.
I was debating
So you don't want to listen.
Why are you talking
Oh,
to her?
you scared.
She said don't talk
So
to
you
her.
scared.
Why?
So you scared.
Why do you have to go on?
Teach me the Quran and the Bible.
She said don't talk to me.
Jesus said Gentiles are dogs and swine.
Don't talk to me.
He said do not go where Gentiles are.
She said don't talk to me.
said,
Get out.
guess what the Bible? It says,
Don't talk to her.
give the dead flesh to the Gentiles.
Don't talk to me.
Move the camera.
Don't talk to me.
Move the camera. No, my camera.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
God is the best.
Why are you coming in my ways? Why are you here?
Okay, I'm here. Okay, I'm coming here.
Go to your camera.
Okay, the coward here.
God is not a man, not the son of man.
Jesus said what? Do not go where Gentiles are. And the Bible says what? Deuteronomy chapter 14 verse 21. Do not eat Israelites. Do not eat the dead flesh unless you give it the Gentiles or sell it to them. So let them eat. If you eat the dead flesh, according to the Bible, you are unclean. But the God of the Bible allows Gentiles to eat the dead flesh. and that's the law of Jesus. Christians always say to us, if you want to discuss, they say if you want to discuss about the Old Testament, they say go discuss with the Jewish people. But at the same time, they use the Old Testament when they want to. Example, Jesus quoted the Old Testament and he said, follow the 10 Commandments. The 10 Commandments is not valid in the New Testament, but it's valid in the Old Testament. So why, when we refute them, they say Old Testament has got nothing to do with us. But when they want to refute us, they use the Old Testament. That means the law of Old Testament is still applied to Christians, Gentiles. That's what I'm saying.
Why did Muhammad take Aisha as his daughter?
So what I'm saying is, do you want to discuss?
Muhammad take Aisha as his daughter?
Do you want to discuss?
Why didn't he take
She wants to discuss with you. So
You don't interfere. Let
show
them
me.
answer. Let
Okay,
them
why
answer.
Joseph took Mary at the age of 12?
According to Siraj,
Why Joseph took God of the Bible, your God, your man God is a man, was raped by Joseph? Tell me, why God of the Bible said, leave the young virgin girls and kill
for the women because women are not allowed to
women? Why the Bible says silent the women? They cannot teach.
They have the intelligence.
Women cannot teach. The Bible says women cannot teach. You want dead flesh? I got dead flesh. Show me in the Bible. Show me in the Bible where it says you cannot have sex with 1-year-old. Show me why Joseph had sex with Mary at the age of 12. That is allowed. It's allowed. In the Bible is allowed. God of the Bible impregnated Mary at young age. Why did he allow Mary to conceive? Why? There is no verse. There is no verse. God of the Bible.
no, he didn't.
God of the Bible took 32 young virgin
He
girls.
doesn't want
Virgin girls. Numbers chapter 31 verse 41.
He jumps in.
Why?
Why
Jesus is the first one
She's going over there.
to
Talking to your Muslim.
why Jesus
What are
is
you
the
gonna do?
first
Are you
one
gonna stay here? Are you
to
gonna
change
defend your
his
Muslim
nature.
women? Go
Jesus
help your
had
Muslim
female
women.
breast.
Go help your Muslim
Why
women.
Jesus had female breast?
Your Muslim women are gay.
Why Jesus had female breast?
Go. You're half
drink
pregnant.
According to Luke, I'm here. Oh, coward. Look here. I'm teaching you. The Bible says, do not eat the dead flesh. Give it to the Gentiles. You want dead flesh? I got dead flesh. It says to the Israelites, if you eat the dead flesh, you become unclean. Leviticus chapter 22 verse 8. But it says Gentiles can eat the dead flesh. They become unclean. According to Deuteronomy chapter 14 verse 21. Why Gentiles are dogs according to the Bible? Why? Why Joseph slept with your man God's mother? Tell me.
Trust me, mine.
Why? Wait.
Easy.
Why Joseph slept with your man's God's mother?
He's his husband.
Why at the age of 12? Why? According to Catholic
No, you don't know what the age was. You don't know the age.
According to Catholic,
Stop lying.
she was
Stop lying,
12
Siraj.
and
Stop
Joseph
lying.
was 99.
Sleeping with a 9-year-old.
was the age of 40 and he married
Another woman. Oh my God. Why is he such an adulterer?
He married a 3-year-old. Why?
Why is
God of
Muhammad
the
an
Bible
adulterer?
always likes the young virgin girls. Why? According to Numbers chapter 31 verse 40. Why all that?
Why is Muhammad sleeping with a 9-year-old?
Why Joseph is sleeping with a 12-year-old?
No, 12-year-old.
Show me. Catholic. According to Catholic. Yes, according to Catholic. According to Catholic, I can show you. Yes, I can show you.
In the Bible.
According to Catholic, you have different Bibles.
Oh,
Catholic
Show me the Bible.
You have different
You have
Bibles.
nothing. You have nothing.
What
You
Bible do you
have
want?
nothing.
Okay. What Bible do you
Nothing
want? What Bible do you want?
Bible. Yeah.
Tell me. No, which one?
Which Quran do you want?
What
Which Quran do you have?
Quran
Which
same.
Quran do you have?
Can
No,
be
there is
different
not the same
versions.
Quran.
Shall we discuss?
The Quran is not the same.
Timing.
Who wrote the Quran?
Time for us. Come.
No, you
Come.
don't.
Timing for
Half
us.
Quran.
Come.
Half Quran. Half Quran.
Time for us.
Who wrote the half
Come.
Quran?
Time for us. Time for us. Do you want timing? You scared?
I'm just not going to waste my
I'm
time.
asking.
You're not the person that I
say
debate.
They have.
I'm not going to debate.
They have
with
66
somebody who
books.
Does not listen.
Catholic
Somebody who talks
have
over you. I don't debate those
73
kind of people.
books. Why?
I'm not debating
Because
you.
according to Catholic,
You're
it
not
says
worth it.
Joseph
You keep
was
lying. You keep
99
lying.
and Mary was 12.
No,
God
she wasn't
allowed.
12.
Okay.
There's no reason
okay.
to
If
say
she
she was 12.
What?
Come here.
If she was
the
12,
first place.
why Joseph never slept with Mary until she gave birth?
In the first
Why?
place.
That means she was a child. According to Bible, there is no verse it says you cannot have sex with a 1-year-old. I challenge Christians. They can have sex with anyone. I'm challenging any Christians to show me a single verse. Every time they use logic when it comes to Prophet Muhammad, they say you cannot sleep with a 9-year-old. That's logic, but they believe their logic, God came from female private part. What logic is that?
But the problem is his biblical God.
I'm asking what Bible does he want? Which Bible versions did the disciple write down? Can you answer my question?
Go away, man.
Can you answer? Coward. Last time he said what? It's got nothing, Old Testament has got nothing to do with us. Guess what? Hypocrisy. Jesus always quoted from Old Testament. Why? He said, follow the 10 commandments. Where do we find the 10 commandments? In the Old Testament. So Christians, when they want, follow the 10 commandments. Is it in the New Testament? No. So when we are refuting them about Old Testament, they say it's got nothing to do with us. Ask the Jewish people. But when they want to refute us, they use the Old Testament. Yes. See, double standard. So where is the Old Testament? Where is the 10 Commandments?
Siraj.
Is it in the Old Testament or New Testament?
Siraj.
It's in the Old Testament.
Siraj,
So
when you ask about prophecy, they go to the Old
yes,
Testament.
Old Testament. And I'm challenging any Christian. I'm challenging every time. Quran was written. Quran is 7 dialects, but they have 7 and many versions. So my question to them, dialect and 7 versions are 2 different things. Dialect is just like American English, USA English, Canada English. But they have versions. So my question to them, which versions did the disciple of Jesus write down? Which one? Matthew is unknown. Matthew lied about the genealogy of Jesus. Instead of counting the genealogy of Jesus' mother, he counted the genealogy of Joseph, the stepfather. So what's got to do with Joseph, the genealogy of Jesus? It's got nothing to do with that. That means Matthew is unknown. There's no eyewitnesses when the disciples were writing down the 4 Gospels, the 4 unknown Gospels. Who wrote them? No one. No one. There's no eyewitness who's seen when they were writing down, and there's no eyewitness of the disciples. Anyone, I bet any Christian to name any single eyewitness from the disciples who saw them when they were writing down. Or who did they give it to their 4 Gospels after they're written down? Who wrote it? They said all is inspired by God. If all is inspired by God, Paul himself said what? He said, I have no command from God, but I give my own opinion. If he gives his own opinion, according to 1 Corinthians 7:6, 7:12, 7:25, 2 Corinthians, and 11:17, Paul said, I have no command from God, but I give my own opinion. If he gives his own opinion, then how can God's opinion and Paul's opinion be what God inspired? Luke also said, after I investigated everything, I decided to write down an account. The Gospel of Luke chapter 1 verse 3. So who inspired? And some of them are missing. Like now Matthew chapter 21 verse 17, I think, is missing. You only find in King James Version. What about the rest? Example again, 1 John 5:7. You cannot find in all versions. Which versions did the disciple write down? But Quran is different dialect. And I explained many times, other Muslims explained many times, the brothers. we say dialects is like American English and Canadian English, Australian English, UK English. Arabic is like that. And I give many times references. If you go to Sahih al-Bukhari, hadith number 4986 all the way to 92, it tells us how the Quran was preserved. Also Sahih al-Bukhari 4992 and Sahih Muslim, hadith number 815, it tells us that, and many other hadith, it tells us the Quran has many dialects. Dialect is like yukhadi'una wa ma yakhda'una. Worse says wa ma yukhadi'una Allah. Wa ma yakhda'una wa ma yukhadi'una. And the ayah is wa min an-nas, what's the ayah? I forgot. And the ayah was wa min an-nas man yaqul yukhadi'una Allah walladhina amanu wa ma yakhda'una is for and Hafs. The Hafs dialect. And worse dialect is وَمَا يُخَادِعُونَ. Same meaning. It's just dialect, the Arabic dialect. It's not version. Christians need to understand the difference between dialect and versions. أقول هذا والسلام عليكم واستغفر الله لي ولكم إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. وعليكم السلام.
So I've watched a lot of videos on you.
Say again?
I've seen a lot of your stuff on YouTube. And
MashaAllah.
you helped me along my journey. So I just wanted to meet you in person.
MashaAllah.
And just
Thank you, brother.
And
Inshallah. Thank you.